Welcome to L&B Show and Tell. I want to start off by apologizing for my scratchy voice. I've had a terrible cold all week long, and now I'm finally better. So I'm starting this off, and I want you to pretend that on the bottom of my wonderful box here, it says present. Okay? Everybody can see this? Now, we're going to do a flashback. And I'm going to show you this box. And now on the bottom here, it is going to say 48 hours prior. And this is what I started out with. This is a box that I got at the Dollar Tree, obviously for $1. Let me show it to you. See, it's a little shadow box. I got this in February. And the reason I brought this out is because I wanted to make a Tim Holtz configuration box. And unfortunately, well, no, fortunately, I'm having a craft studio built in our backyard. And it's going to be called the Beehive. And I've been put on a very, very strict budget. My budget means I cannot buy anything. I've done very well over the past 6 weeks, and hopefully I can keep this going for another 6 weeks, and by then my craft studio will be built and I can spend again. So 48 hours ago, I wanted to make a Halloween configuration box, and I've never had one of the Tim Holtz, and I've always wanted to. So here is my version, how I made it. And they say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. And if Tim, if you're watching, I hope you are flattered. I started off with the box and I painted it black. I took off the hardware and I painted it black. Then what I did was to make my dividers. And I first tried making it with cardstock, and that was too thin. And then I tried cardboard, and that was too thick. But just like Goldilocks, who found her chair, perfect chair, I found the perfect stock, and that is an old manila envelope. So I just scored it using my Martha Stewart scorer. And this is what it looked like. And then I just cut it. And I wanted it nice and thick, the ledges. I just thought it would look better. I didn't want it the same size as the perimeter. And then once those were attached, and I did use my glue gun for that, I finished up with my black heavy duty acrylic paint. And then I used Distress Antique Linen Crackle Paint. Lots of walnut ink, and my favorite is Carol's Crafts Shimmer Magic Ancient Copper, which I received as a gift from Alice and all the way from England. Thanks so much, Ali, and hi. Okay, now when everything was dry and ready, this magically turned into the box. And here it is. Let me show you the back. I used paper, and what I used for this was the my Mind's Eye Lost and Found Halloween. There it is, Halloween limited edition. And I didn't use a lot of paper. This was the largest piece that I used. Everything else was just like bits and pieces. On the back I used Tim Holtz. This is my tribute to Tim. Some of his tissue tape. And what I used for the legs, the feet rather, since I couldn't go buy any at Michael's, I had some little tiny spools, and so I just covered them with some orange ribbon that had some flock bats on it, which I found in my stash. Love that. I don't even know where it came from. And I also used it on the sides. And here we go. And let me go through this. This was so easy to make and so much fun. I really am amazed that it turned out like this. I had no idea whether this was going to land in the trash or not. So let's start from the top here. These chipboard, the trims, and the Happy Halloween, the tonic, and the pumpkin are all from the chipboard from, again, the My Mind's Eye Halloween, Lost and Found. And I really like them. Very easy to work with, and I like the way they look rather vintage. I used here on the borders here, and this was just the bottom of the paper. You know how the paper, the pattern paper, they always have a strip of what the paper looks like, and I always hate throwing those away, so I didn't. I used them, and I used them over here on the sides. This over here is a little skeleton. The skeleton is from the dollar store, and they come 4 in a package, and since it's spine-tingling tonic, I just put the spine there, and his hand is, he can wave to everybody, and then I put the head on the bottom here. Sometimes I think we all walk around feeling like our head is not connected, and this past week I wish mine hadn't been with this horrible cold. And over here I have a little bottle of poison, and that bottle I got from eBay probably about 1.5 years ago. I got 4 for a very reasonable price. And then, let's see, the 3 and the 1. I have no idea where they came from, in my stash somewhere. And this little picture over here, now, these are called lenticular. And the reason is because he looks like a really nice guy. And then when you turn it, he turns into a werewolf. I think he's really cute. And then I used just so many of the little things I had, like the little tiny spider webs here. That's confetti. And I have this little tiny bat and the sign Bat Toes, and beneath that is October calendar. And then like this little witch over here, she's actually from the 99-cent store. I've had that for about, 2 years. I got it after Halloween for a very ridiculously low price. And the pussycat on the back is from Tim Holtz. And oops! And then, let's see, I went through the ribbon. I went through everything. I think that's about it, isn't that, folks? I love this. And even though I say I'd turn back if I were you, I hope you don't turn back. And it does stand by itself. I know it won't be in focus, but it does stand by itself. And I hope I've inspired you to try something difficult. And I think that all of us have a lot of creativity, a lot of talent, and I think sometimes if we challenge ourselves, we can reach our potential. So happy Halloween, everyone. Take care and write a comment, and if you want to see more, go to my blog.